Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm the host, Chad, and in this video, we're going to be doing a Sunday Night Football preview for the Chargers versus the Chiefs, and a couple of the Sunday game parlays I'm putting in, one for that Sunday Night Football game. If you're new to the channel, which you most likely are, this is a channel where I mostly talk about Bills football, as well as just NFL in general. Then I go through my parlays I pick for the games, mostly Sunday, Monday, and Thursday Night Football, as well as some random ones on just the normal Sunday football games. And then on top of it, occasionally do a tasting and rating of a tasty brew. I'm going to be doing one at the end of this video, so stay tuned. But yeah, let's get into this. I've been doing this section where I do the injury report. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If not, shoot me a comment, give me some feedback. On the Chargers side, they have Keenan Allen, with the hamstring issue that's been legging him pretty well as of late. He was limited practice Wednesday, Thursday, and full practice on Friday. So that's good. That's a good sign. He's questionable, but it looks like he's definitely going to be playing. Same thing with Mike Williams, but he was an ankle injury. Same thing, limited practice Wednesday, Thursday, full practice Friday. So they should have both their big top wide receivers back, which would be huge. Dustin Hopkins, the right hamstring, he was limited. Oh, he did not participate Wednesday, Thursday, but he was limited Friday. It's doubtful for him to come in. And offensive tackle Trey Pipkins, his knee injury put him on limited participation Wednesday, Thursday, full practice Friday. He might be playing, I'm not sure, but he wasn't listed as questionable. The other two were both wide receivers, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Okay, let's get over to the Chiefs side. Their cornerback, Chris Lamons, he has concussion. He did not participate Wednesday, Thursday. He's out for this game. Juju Smith-Schuster, the wide receiver, he also had a concussion protocol, and he's out for the game as well. The running back, Jared McKinnon, had a hamstring, shoulder injury, limited practice all week, so who knows if we're going to see him or not. And then we have cornerback L'Jarius Sneed, his knee injury. He was limited participation all week, so he might be in as well. There was no designation next to him, so it looks like he's going to be playing. But yeah, let's get into some. I'll talk about the game a little bit. I think for this game, they play pretty well in that division against each other, and if Mike Williams and Keenan Allen can come back, that's going to be huge for them, and that might give them a little bit of an edge. But I still think Kansas City edges them out. But they're giving Kansas City is getting 5 points, and I still think that's a decent amount, but I think they can cover it, but it'll be close. It's going to be within like a 3 to 10 point game, I believe. But yeah, let's get into some NFL news, and this will explain why I'm doing some of these, picking some of these parlays and things like that. Tight end Mark Andrews, he's going to be a game time decision. If that's the case, then likely the rookie tight end, he could see a big day. He hasn't been getting the targets as of late, but he's had a couple of good games with touchdown wise, so definitely something to watch. Wide receiver Jamar Chase, he is also out for this game. It's the same injury that he's had, the hip. It was looking like he's going to come back this week, but they must be saving for next week. They're facing the Steelers, which they lost to the first time around. But I think they're going to win this game. It should be another big day for Mixon. Because with Chase out, yes, Boyd is going to get targets. And so is Higgins. And also their tight end's going to get some stuff going on too. But I think Mixon's going to get a lot of runs and a lot of catches. Probably for like over 100 plus yards total passing rushing. Next up is wide receiver Hamler and Jerry Jeudy, both are out for the Broncos versus the Raiders. That's going to be pretty massive. I mean, decent amount of injuries on the Broncos front. Those are the main key things I thought would be affecting this game. So, I mean, I think the Raiders can squeak away with this one. They're actually getting points in this game, which is pretty crazy. Matt Stafford cleared concussion protocol. That's huge for the Rams, especially for their season. If with him coming back, everyone can kind of like start blending back together again. Not have to worry about using that backup quarterback like they were. Next up is cornerback Marshawn Lattimore. He's gonna be out versus the Rams, so that's gonna be big. I mean, who knows? I believe if I'm correct, I think Cooper Kupp's out because he's on IR or something. I know he's gonna be out for a couple weeks, I believe. So who knows? Maybe Robinson gets back in there. I mean, he's been a ghost since he got there, so about time for him to show up a little bit. I would definitely wouldn't touch him on the bets because you can't trust that. He hasn't hit anything all year. Then you have wide receiver Corey Davis. He's going to be out versus the Patriots. I think this is going to give a bigger opportunity for the rookie Garrett Wilson. He's been getting a lot of targets and catches as of late anyways throughout the year. But without having another big wide receiver over there, Corey Davis for them, he's going to get more targets than he has been getting. And I think he should show up big for the team. I mean, I know they're going to run a lot because that's their MO. But who knows? Maybe they get a lot of passes out as well. Then the Patriots punter, Jake Bailey, he's doubtful versus the Jets. And I think this might give him some trouble in the special teams. I mean, if they're like on like the 60-yard, like 55-yard line, or like, I mean, even far back, like 20s, 10, and they're trying to punt it. I mean, if their backup punts it out of bounds, that's a huge penalty. I mean, there's a lot that can go wrong here. It could get blocked. Some things could be blocked by the Jets. Jets are a good team, and they're definitely going to take advantage of that. But who knows? Maybe there's more fourth down attempts then. Possibly. But yeah, this could be it. But now let's get into these parlays. For the Sunday night parlay, I did a 6-leg parlay through FanDuel. I chose Isaiah Pacheco for an anytime touchdown. And I also put DeAndre Carter for an anytime touchdown as well. He's been showing up for the team as of late. And even though Mike Williams and Keenan Allen can get back into the active roster and play on the field now, I still see him I still see Carter getting overlooked and getting a touchdown this game. Plus the odds were crazy. It was like plus 340 for him. I couldn't pass that down because I think he's gonna get a touchdown this week, to be honest. Next up, I have Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns. I think this is gonna be a shootout, and he's definitely gonna at least throw about 3 or 4. Then I have the Isaiah Pacheco getting over 56.5 over 56.5 rushing yards. It's just gonna happen. I think he's gonna be able to run at least enough because their passing attack is more of their weapon. I think he's gonna catch him off guard a little bit. Then I have Austin Eckler over 5.5 receptions. He's been averaging about 7 or 8 a game, sometimes 12, 10. So I think he's gonna get that easy. And then Kadarius Toney for the wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. They just took him up from the Giants recently. I have him over 50.5 reception yards. He's been being used more as of late, and I think he even peaked 50 last week. So I see him getting probably 60 this week. But yeah, total odds on that are going to bring it up to plus 10,000. I'm not sure I keep hitting that. I must be putting a magic number of bets and like odds it together, but that'll turn my $1 into $101. Then I have my Sunday game 6-leg parlay for player props. I got Mixon over 25 and a half reception yards. Like I said earlier in the NFL news, with Jamar Chase out, they're going to be passing more and dumping things off more. Obviously, Boyd and Higgins are still really good receivers, but Mixon's been getting a ton of catches as of late. So I think he's going to get at least his 25 yards, probably get towards 30, 35 in the air. And then I have Tyler Higbee over 42 and a half reception yards. I just see him getting the catches, to be honest. And over there, at least for Stafford, he's been getting a lot of looks that way. So, and without Cooper Kupp in, he's definitely gonna get a little bit more targets. Then I have Terry McLaurin over 64 and a half receiving yards as well. McLaurin went off last week. I don't think he's gonna slow down. Heineke, well, I forgot to check if Heineke or Wentz is gonna be coming in, but they should be playing Heineke at this point. Then I have Josh Jacobs over 77 and a half rushing yards. I think it's just more biased that he hit it last week. He's on my fantasy roster. I think he's gonna get at least some yards going for him. Then I have Dalvin Cook over 79 and a half rushing yards. He's definitely gonna he should get those yards. If they're gonna win, he's gonna have to get those rushing yards anyways. So he's definitely gonna get it. I mean, they're gonna be running it more towards the end of the game anyways. He's gonna probably get 5 yards a pop, trying to run the clock out. He's gonna get the yards. He'll probably have 80 yards by a little bit after halftime. Definitely before the fourth quarter. Then I have Jamal Williams, anytime touchdown. An odd one, throw it in there. But I think he's going to score against the Giants. He's one of their biggest scorers over there. And it just makes sense to me at this point. Total odds were $47.95 and turned $2 into $96. So pretty good odds. You're getting $45 a pop, or 48 so bucks a pop. Then I have my last parlay for the Sunday night games. It's just game picks. I did a 6-leg parlay for it. I went pretty safe with a couple of these. I took the Rams money line versus Saints. I was not comfortable with that spread. I think Rams might have been getting points. Yeah, Rams were getting points. So actually, I just chose them money line up front. I think they're not gonna need points to win. It was +2. It's kind of pointless anyways. Then I have Vikings money line versus the Cowboys. Again with that game, I think it's 3.5 spread. I'm not feeling comfortable with the Vikings covering that spread, especially with Elliott might be coming back. So with Zeke coming back, I took the money line on it. I think it's gonna be a close game overall, but I think it's gonna be definitely fun watching Jefferson go up against Diggs. Then I have the Giants -3 versus the Lions. I think Giants are going to win this game, unfortunately. It's going to make me lose my bet, but I still think they're going to win it, hands down. I mean, Giants are just a better team, and Lions have been throwing games away as of late. So +3, they're probably going to win probably by 5 to 8, nothing more than that. Then I have the Bengals -3.5 covering the spread versus the Steelers. I mean, kind of not too crazy to think that this happens, but I just think the Steelers aren't up to par. I know they beat them the first week, but it's just they're on the up now. They're on the upslope, and I think they're just gonna keep going up until they get into the playoffs. So that's why I'm going with the Bengals. Then the Commanders -3 versus the Texans. I think Commanders cover this. They had a huge game against the Eagles. I don't think they're going to bomb out against the Texans. I think McLaurin's probably going to go for over 100 Receiving yards again, probably get a tutty there. And I don't know, Gibson will probably get a couple nice rushes. And they're just, it's not going to be a very high scoring game, but I think Texans just aren't going to be able to keep up with the pace of the Commanders at this point. Then I have the Raiders money line versus the Broncos. I just don't see. I think Raiders were also getting points on this. I just don't see the Broncos without having their wide receivers, their running backs banged up too. There's a lot of injuries over there, and I just don't see them getting this out. I mean, hate to say it, but Russ is not good, and I picked him up in fantasy thinking he was going to, so that's on me. But total odds are 690, 6,900, and I'll turn $2 into $140. Pretty good money. You're getting like $7 a pop. But yeah, let's get into this tasting and rating. Don't want to lag it out too much, but if you're enjoying this content, definitely give me a good like and subscribe if you can. And like I said, leave comments, hate comments, good comments, I don't care. They're all welcomed. So we have been drinking a little bit throughout the game. Rogue. I didn't like the last one I tried, but this one's pretty good so far. Newport Days. So it's like it's a hazy IPA. Pretty good so far, to be honest. I'll give it a nice slow pour for you guys. Actually, not much of a head on this. Very interesting. Not much. I just opened this like a little bit ago too. Very interesting. Is that much of a haze? Obviously, I'm rocking my Bills cup because I wish I was going to that damn Detroit game at this point. I mapped it out. If I got 6 people to go with me, I could have got tickets for like $20 a pop. Even 10 if I wanted to. $30 for better ones. And I mean Airbnb for $60 a night for 6 people. And driving and stuff. I mean, if I was young, had no kids, I definitely would have gone. Screw it, I don't care. I'm making it to that game. But anyways, might as well drink here. I definitely like it. It's very full of flavor. And it's down. This is a beer that you could drink a lot of. I mean, it's 5.5%. You're not worried about getting too smashed after having like 4 or 5 of these big boys. And that'd be pretty binge worthy of this. But yeah, I'll give the taste. It's a solid 7.5. It's not very, like I said, it's not too hoppy. It's just a nice hazy IPA. Being especially at 5%, I mean, you're gonna get that. Color, basic. I'll give it like a 5.5. I don't know. I like the ambers, but I just haven't been able to find any good ones that are local yet. And then drinkability, I'll give it a good 7. Like I said, 7.5 again. It's really smooth, goes down nice. And bingeability, like I said, with this being only 5.5%, obviously IPAs are still gonna hit you a little bit heavier. It's only 1% bigger than like a normal Bud Light. So I don't know. Give it like a 6.5. You're not really gonna binge this. If I'm going towards a 5% beer, I'm just gonna go get Labatt's and just probably drink, I don't know, like 15 of them 10, 12 of them if I want to. Then design. I actually love this design. I mean, reminds me of California. But I believe this is based out of like Rhode Island too. I forgot what it is. I forgot where it's based out of there, but I was stationed down there for a little bit by Rhode Island, so just gives me that kind of feeling to it. But yeah, it's love the design. It's very kind of like radical, like old school, and I still love that star where it tells you like the taste, tropical and stuff like that. So definitely try it out if you can. I found it at a local Walmart around where I live in Auburn, so definitely check it out. I got a couple upcoming videos as well. I got my Monday Night Football preview and parlay, my Bills versus Browns post-game reaction, and then I'll be doing a Thursday Night Football parlay and preview again as well. So my sponsors, let's get to that. I missed that in my last video, which is very interesting. The only one I missed. I have my wife, Crochet with Alicia. You can find her on Instagram. She does a lot of stuff like hats, mittens, gloves, even like coats, like cardigans, everything you can think of. She does it through with all her yarn and crocheting. She does all the different types of patterns. She does her own types of cardigans for adults. Everything you can think of. Like she even does like blankets, tops, bottoms, like shirts for girls. She probably could make one for a guy as well. Anything you can think of, check out her Instagram, and then shoot her DM, and she'll tell you the price and time, right? But time-wise, that it can be done. And if you need to kind of rush, she can make it a little bit faster and tell you if that's reasonable or not. Next up, I have my buddy Evan. His channel is Mr_Nasty Time, MR_NASTYTYYYME. That's 3 Y's in that time. He does a lot of stuff with gaming now on there. He was doing it through Twitch. Now he's doing it through YouTube. He's doing a lot of Modern Warfare 2. Now with the new Warzone out, he's playing that a little bit more too as well. He also does a lot of NFL content. He does weekly NFL power rankings for all 1 through 32 teams. And he does really good job explaining everything. He's very knowledgeable and everything like that. Has a very wide array of information for the sports. And he also does UFC as well. He does fighting himself, and then he's also watched it since he was like before high school. So it's been a while now. I mean, he's very knowledgeable in all that stuff, and he can tell you all the stuff that fighters do well, what fighters don't do well, what they like to go towards, what they've been doing lately. I mean, he can pretty much tell you how the fight's gonna kind of pan out, and he does a couple little betting videos on that stuff as well. And hopefully, my future sponsor, it's gonna be Voodoo Ranger, New Belgium. New Belgium's great, but I love the faction of the Voodoo Ranger. They have tons of good beers, a lot of tropical ones. The hazies are really good, and they're all high percentages too, most of them. So you can get like a 9.5%. It's called Juice Force. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out. Especially if you like IPAs, like the hazy ones. It tastes like a 7% beer, and it's 9.5. So definitely check that out. But that's going to be it for my video. It's crazy to think. This is my 27th upload, and I've been pumping them out like crazy. So, like I said, if you guys like it, give me a like and subscribe. If you want to give me some like feedback on it, why you don't like it, definitely put a comment in there. I'm always looking for feedback, and good or bad, hate or love. But that's going to be it for me. Have a nice night, and go Bills.